Hi, students. So today we're going to go ahead and start with, Burlington English. And in Burlington English, we are going to go to the website. We're going to go ahead and, log in. So make sure that you're able to log in. Once we're logged in, we're going to go to courses tonight. We're going to go to low intermediate tonight. And I'm going to start with in-class lessons. Oops, let's go ahead and do ICL, and then you are all going to do SL student lessons. So let me start by clicking on the ICL. And we've already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what we're going to go ahead and do is briefly, go through number 6 again. And this was our presentation on Tuesday night. We looked at the word one and once. And I want to go ahead and start with the student lessons. Sorry, let me go ahead and do this again. So remember why we use a singular one, why we use the plural ones. When we ask questions, we use which one or which ones, and then we ask. And remember we talked about this and that. It's something that is near, this one. Something that is far, that one. And then the plural form of this, these, near you. The plural form of that, those. The person is far from you. So what we want to do now is go to SL student lessons. You had this information. And I want to briefly go through the practice. So here you have 5 questions or 5 sentences. You have to complete the second part in each pair with the word one or once. Remember what we did. You need to remember what we did in class. 1, we're talking about something that is singular. Once, something that is plural. So I want you to go ahead and take the time to write these out. If you have your notebook, please write them out. Number 1, it says, my classroom is room 118. So what I'm going to do is highlight classroom, and then we'll come back to the second part. 2, she wears her new sneakers all the time. I'm going to highlight sneakers. Number 3, there are parking places in front of the back of the school. I'm going to highlight parking places. Number 4, I forgot my pen. I'm going to highlight pen. And the last one, I can't see the board with these glasses. We're going to highlight glasses. So now I want you to look at the words classroom, sneakers, parking places, pen, glasses. Take the time to remember which one is which. You can pause the video, you can do this on your own, but I want you to please, make sure that you complete this. I'm only going to go through 1 and 2 because I want you to try 3, 4, and 5. So if number 1 says my classroom is 118, it's the 1 next to the library because it's singular, classroom. 2, she wears her new sneakers all the time. This one ends in an S, so this one has to be ones. She threw away her old ones. Please try 3, 4, and 5. Let's go ahead and delete this. Now I want to go through practice 5. In practice 5, it says choose the correct answers. We're still looking at ones. We're looking at that, this. We're looking at ones, 1. So the question here, and we're only going to go through 1 and 2 again. Matt says, can I see that computer? Which blank, the tablet or laptop? So when we look at the word computer, we are only talking about one. So that means which one? The tablet or the laptop? Let's look at conversation 2. Sophia, which phone has a good camera? Mark is gonna say, let's see, we're gonna highlight phone because we are talking about a phone. So Mark says this one. And based on the picture, we know that Sophia is close. Remember, near. She is near the phone. So please do number 3. Charlie, do you like these boots? Alan, no, I like the black blink better. And then, okay, you're going to click the arrow. There's number 4, Hannah. Are these shoes on sale? Irina, no, but blank shoes over there are 20% off. And then 5, Ellen, we have red roses and pink roses. Natalie, I like the red blank, please. So once you're finished, remember we want to check. Okay, we know 1 and 2 are correct. I did not do 3, 4, or 5, so it's going to mark it as incorrect. So let's go now to practice number 6. Now we have a conversation. You have to complete it. We have the word this one, small one, those, which, small ones. Customer, excuse me, can you help me reach a box of cereal? Worker, sure. Blank, when do you want? Customer, that blank. Worker, blank, Great Berry cereal. Customer, no, the store brand. Worker, oh, I see it. Do you want a large box or a blank? The blank are on sale. Customer, great, I'll have one of blank. Worker, here. Customer, thanks very much. Worker, you're welcome. So please try to do this on your own. When you're done, hit check and let me know if you have any questions. You're also going to do activity number 7. And this time you're going to get to record yourself. So make sure that you remember if you put play.
Excuse me, can you help me reach a box of cereal? Excuse me.
And then once you choose, okay, what character you're going to be, okay, remember it gives you the microphone. So make sure that you do that. So with that said, I'm going to go back to ICL in-class lessons, and we are moving on to life skills. So one of the things that we want to make sure that all students in ESL learn are also life skills. In this lesson, you are going to learn about pay stubs, scan headings, interpret information, and we're going to role play a conversation about a pay stub. So looking at number 2, we have this information here. So I want you to think, those of you who have a job, if you know what a pay stub is, it's when employers pay their workers. Maybe some employers might pay cash, but often they have payroll and the payroll does a check. So here, the pay stub includes details about the money the worker earned. Looking at this information here, tell me what information, okay, do you think is on the pay stub? A is the name of the worker and address on the pay stub. Is the worker's social security number on the pay stub? Is the employer's name and address on the pay stub? D is the employer's social security number on the pay stub? E, the money the worker earned is on the pay stub? Or the money the employer earned is on the pay stub? So think, and then you're going to choose 4 correct answers. Once you're ready to, we're going to look at vocabulary. And we have the following words. We have the word workers. We have all the money that comes out of your paycheck. We have how much money. We have the money you take home. We have money the state government takes. And we have money the US government takes. So looking at 1, 2, and 3, we see employees, we see rate, and then we see net pay. And all 3 words are darker. And in English, that means they're in bold. So number 1, my supervisor always welcomes the new employees on their first day of work. 2, what is the rate your employer pays for an hour of work? 3, you need to know what your net pay is to make sure you have enough money to live on. So for example, another word for employees are workers. Another word for what is the rate is how much money does the employer pay for an hour? When it says net pay, it's the money you take home. So let's go ahead and look at the next 3. 4, in the US, most people who earn salaries have to pay federal income tax. Number 5, did you know that people who live in Alaska and Florida don't pay state income tax? And number 6, on your pay stub, you can see deductions for taxes. So going to number 4, federal income tax would be money the US government takes. When we look at state income tax, money the state government takes. And when we look at deductions, it is all the money that comes out of your paycheck. And okay, we're gonna go ahead and show all the answers, okay, to make sure that they're correct. As soon as you're ready, okay, you can put pause or you can go to, okay, the next one, number 4. I want us to look at this pay stub. So it says ABC Construction, comma, Inc. The address 9987 Main Street, the city Ventura, state California, zip code 93001. Here's the employee information. It says Sonia Liu. It says the street 560 Willow Street in Ventura, California, zip code 93005. She has her social security number 987654321. The status, single. And remember, status can also be married. Okay, it can also be widowed. Okay, but for Sonia, her status is single. This is for the pay period of January 30th to February 12, 2019. And she got paid on the 15th, February 15th, 2019. So here it shows us how much money she gets paid regular, $18.75. Okay, how many hours she worked? Okay, 80. So that is 1,500. Her overtime, she worked 5 hours at $28 an hour. She made 140. So for this paycheck, Sonia made 1,640. Okay, here it also shows us, okay, how much money she has earned since January 1st. So right now she's earned for her regular work hours, 4,500. Her overtime has been 336, total $4,836. So now let's look at the deductions. And remember, we said deductions are the money that is taken away by federal taxes or Social Security, Medicare, state income tax, and then here it tells us everything. So remember how we saw 1,640? Well, after taxes, her net pay is 1,289. So here, Sonia had to pay $350.30, okay, to different things, okay, federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare, and state income tax. On the right, it tells us how much she's paid in federal income tax. So far, 543. In Social Security, 297 with 60 cents. For Medicare, 69.60. For state income tax, she's paid 140 with 70 cents. And then her total deductions for the year so far, 1,050 with 90 cents. Okay, her net pay total right now, only for the first 2 months of the year, $3,785.10. So since we went through all of this information, okay, I want you to take the time to look at this. Okay, tell me the Social Security number. That's the first thing. Please locate it here. Tell me the weeks the employee worked and the date of the paycheck. So please put pause so that you can answer 1, 2, and 3. Let's look at 4. Okay, I want you to tell me how much money the employee earned. And I want you to also tell me all the money that comes out of the employee's paycheck. And you can put pause now. If you're ready to go on, okay, it's still the same information. We're going to read the employee information section and answer the questions. What is the employee's name? Please locate the name and last name. Please locate what is her status. And also locate what is her Social Security number. You can put pause. If you're ready to, we're going to move to 6. Now we're going to go ahead and look at her earnings. Under earnings, employees can see how many hours they worked and how much they earn per hour for both regular and overtime pay. So I want you to locate in her pay stub, how much does Sonia earn? Meaning how much does she get paid? What is her rate an hour? 2, she worked a total of how many hours in this pay period? 3, for overtime, Sonia earns how much an hour? What is her rate for overtime? Remember, look here for the earnings. And this pay period Sonia earned, how much money did Sonia earn? So that is for 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to, please press pause. If not, we're going to go to the next one. And then so far this year, how much money has Sonia earned? And again, you can put pause and then make sure that you write your responses. We're going to go ahead and go to 7 now. Now we have 2 questions. What are the deductions on Sonia's pay stub? So we're going to come all the way down here. And here, look at this heading. It says deductions. tell me what are the deductions on Sonia's pay stub. It does not say money. It just says, what are the deductions? 2, what were the total deductions for this pay period? So when we look at number 2, when we say total, we're talking about money. So here you end up telling me how much money did Sonia's deduction equal? What was the total? If you need to put pause, please put pause. If not, we're going to go to the next screen. We have question 3 and 4. So question 4 is, how much has Sonia paid in federal income taxes this year? Please locate that on the pay stub and please write the response. And then number 4, how much has Sonia paid in state income taxes this year? Same thing, please locate the state income tax and write your response. If you're not ready to move on, please put pause. If you are ready to move on, we're going to start with activity 8. So, okay, now we're going to go ahead and go to the sections again, and we're going to choose the correct answers. So when we look at gross pay is the money you earn before deductions or take home after deductions. So looking at this information, gross pay. 2, net pay is the money you earn before deductions or you take home after deductions, and net pay is down here below. And your gross pay minus or plus your total deductions equals your pay, your net pay. Okay, you tell me which one it is. Your gross pay and net pay, is it plus or minus? Once you're ready to, we're going to go to 9. And in 9, we are having a conversation. So all of these questions, I want you to practice them with me. Please practice them. What is a deduction? 2, what is your gross pay? 3, what is your net pay? 4, what is federal income tax? And 5, what is state income tax? So looking at A, the money you earn before deductions. B, the money you take home. C, money that comes out of your pay. D, money the state government takes. And E, money the US government takes. Please put pause. Do not continue because I'm going to show you all the answers right now. Try to do this first, and then you can see the answers. If you're ready to see the answers, okay, number 2 is, what is your gross pay? The money you earn before deductions. Okay, number 3, what is your net pay? The money you take home. Okay, letter C is 1. What is a deduction? Money that comes out of your pay. Number 5, what is state income tax? Money the state government takes. And number 4, what is federal income tax? Money the US government takes. Okay, and lastly, number 10, I am going to go ahead and have you listen to Arnold and the supervisor. Okay, on Tuesday, we'll go through it. Okay, but for now, okay, please listen to Arnold and the supervisor.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
Let me share the sound before we move on. Okay.
Yes, of course. Come in and take a seat.
I think there's a mistake on my pay stub. It says here that I worked 5 hours of overtime, but I really worked 10 hours of overtime.
On which dates? Do you remember?
Yes, here's a list. Next to each date is the number of overtime hours I worked.
Let me check. If there's a mistake, we'll correct it.
Thanks.
So let's go ahead and do this one more time.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
Yes, of course. Come in and take a seat.
I think there's a mistake on my pay stub. It says here that I worked 5 hours of overtime, but I really worked 10 hours of overtime.
On which dates? Do you remember?
Yes, here's a list. Next to each date is the number of overtime hours I worked.
Let me check. If there's a mistake, we'll correct it.
Thanks.
Okay, so once you're finished listening to this, we want to make sure that you answered question 1 and then answered question number 2. So Arnold thinks the amount next to total deductions is too high. He wrote down the amount he thinks is correct. So do we know what the amount is? And then 2, Arnold thinks the amount of gross pay under year to date is wrong. Okay, he brought his last 4 pay stubs to show his supervisor. So is this true or is this not true? Okay, actually, you know what? It's my mistake. Okay, it says, I think there's a mistake on my pay stub. It says here that I worked 5 hours of overtime, but I really worked 10 hours of overtime. So instead of saying this, and I'm sorry, okay, that was my mistake. That was my error. Okay, we're gonna delete that and then you can practice by, okay, putting that here, or, okay, you can put that information here. So you're practicing, okay, the conversation. So, okay, with that, okay, we're gonna go ahead and end, okay, tonight's first video. I will be posting another video. So please let me know if you have questions. If not, please make sure that you complete the work, please. Okay, and if you're done with ICL, okay, remember that you can always go to SL student lessons, and then you'll be going through the same lessons that we did, except you're going to be going through these on your own, and they are a little bit different from what we see. Okay, so please make sure that you know that. So we're going to go ahead and end the video. Have a good night, everyone.